Oh, it's football championship weekend. AFC champs and the NFC champs games today. I'm going to give you my previews and picks. Before I do that, I got a couple little pieces of news for you. The New York Jets are hiring Tony Dews as their running backs coach. Dews was with Tennessee for the last 6 years, working with running backs and the tight end. So he worked with Derrick Henry for quite a bit. And again, the Jets were actually trying to bring in Deuce Staley, who was with the Philadelphia Eagles, but he actually is taking an opportunity with the Cleveland Browns. So the Jets are, they're making change to their coaching staff. Obviously, they moved on from their running backs coach last week, and I put out a video on that too. So take a look at that if you haven't seen it. And the Philadelphia Eagles are bringing in former Chargers and Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore to be their new OC. So, and they brought in Vic Fangio last week to bring their defensive coordinator. So they're a whole new regime is going to be operating in Philadelphia as well. So, and we'll see what we'll see what happens in New York, whether they're going to make any types of changes. I do think that Joe Douglas, the GM, needs to be all in with the draft because they have a lot of pieces. They've got to revamp their whole entire offensive line. So, but as it speaks now, there are only two teams as far as I know that don't have head coaches now. It's Washington Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks. So everybody else is locked up and ready to go. Falcons have their coach. Chargers got Jim Harbaugh. So it's going to be a lot of new dynamic in the NFL. But before I do that, let's get into the picks themselves. And if you want any other news, make sure that you're subbed to the channel that way you don't miss it. Hit the notification button too. That way you're always in front of the line when the news does come in. I thank you so much for it. And hit the thumbs up if you enjoy the content as well. It's always helpful and it's greatly appreciated. Now, my picks for the NFC and the AFC championships are as such. AFC championship, the Kansas City Chiefs are in Baltimore to face the Ravens. Baltimore's a 4.5 point favorite, and the over-under on this is 44.5. I'm actually going on the over. I'll give you my picks in a second. The NFC championship, the Detroit Lions are in San Francisco to face the San Francisco 49ers. That's the 49ers are a 7 point favorite, and the over-under on this is 51.5 points, 51.5. I'm going on the under here. Now, who are my picks? I'm going with one underdog and one favorite. So my prediction to play each other in the Super Bowl is going to be the Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. I do think the Lions are going to pull it off against the 49ers, and they haven't been to the Super Bowl, so it'd be a great way of paying homage to Barry Sanders and Megatron and some of those greats that have come through Detroit there. And I do think I am picking them to make the Super Bowl, and I am picking the Ravens to eke out the Kansas City Chiefs in a very tight game. But again, it's star quarterback versus star quarterback. You've got Lamar Jackson versus Pat Mahomes. Now, would I be surprised if the Chiefs pulled it off and went to the Super Bowl? Not at all. But I'm picking the Ravens versus the Lions to play each other in the Super Bowl. So let me know what your thoughts are. Who are your picks? Who are you going with? Let's talk about it. Let's enjoy a great weekend of football. I'll talk to you next time.